She just looks so basic. That's her only problem. She looks like every other bitch. Like, am I wrong? She looks like every other bitch. Like,
whatever I say in this video is purely my opinion. I know that people still like this show, and it's perfectly fine to like it. You're allowed to. I'm not gonna attack you for a freaking anime. Like, go ahead, go off. You can be mad. I have no problems. My Hero Academia is a show I have so many mixed feelings about. I mean, I was perfectly fine with it up until season like 3. And then in season 4, I was like, nah, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. I dropped it. But the thing is, I didn't even finish season 4 properly. I watched it in times 2 speed because I didn't care for what was happening. Shows that I like in the beginning don't have the same quality by the end. I mean, it happens a lot. Like, take a look at The Promised Neverland. That's sad. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought I was gonna like My Hero Academia forever, and since it's long, I thought that I would have so much fun with this show, but the more I watched, the more I realized that it wasn't gonna be that way, and here's why. This show has too many characters, and depending on what type of person you are, this could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm a person that likes the show to focus on 5 to 10 primary characters, and then, the rest will be background characters until they're necessary. In My Hero Academia, we have so many characters, and that's perfectly fine. In season 1, it was okay because, they were still relatively new and we hadn't gotten used to them, so of course we were gonna get used to them later on, so that was fine. But then each new season brought in new characters, and as more characters were introduced, the ones that were first introduced weren't characterized properly, so it was just a huge mess. To be honest, most of them haven't gotten proper development, so of course I find it extremely hard to care for characters with no character development, because character development is the most important thing for me in a story. It's more important than the plot. I like character driven stories. Plot is secondary to me, so when I didn't care for most of the characters in My Hero Academia after season 2, I was finding it extremely hard to care for the plot because, well, I didn't care for the characters. The only characters that I remember caring for up until that point were Todoroki, Deku, and, well, Ida. Okay, maybe Stain. Oh, and Shinso. Yeah, and some of the class 1B characters like Shinso, the dude who has the hardening skin like Kirishima, and the class president, and then the dude who's always like, being overconfident and cocky. Look, they are not even properly developed characters, but I just like their ideas and concepts. And season 3 did try to flesh out the characters that were supposed to be fleshed out in season 1, but I mean, it did flesh out some characters like Aoyama, I think that's his name, Tokoyama? Yeah, the crow dude. It did try to flesh out the crow dude. It did try to flesh out Yaorozu. Oh my god, their names are so complicated. We got a little bit of Todoroki fleshing out here and there. It was okay. And then, like, I was interested in the whole school system that they had going on, and that never that never continued after season 3. And I think this show keeps shooting itself in the foot by introducing new ideas and new characters without developing the ones it has first. In My Hero Academia, we have so many tournament arcs and so many opportunities to flesh out characters, but they never get fleshed out, and I think that's actually really sad. I mean, I would have loved to see the girl with the relatively high IQ, how she was going to use her powers. I thought that was fun. I thought she had a cool character, surface level wise. As a character who, I don't think there's a character in this show that I emotionally connect with. I do like Todoroki and Shinso and maybe a little bit of Deku in the first 2 seasons. That was it. We don't get to see any of these characters most of the time after that, and it's actually really sad. The characters that I don't like at all are the characters that get added into the plot to make Deku seem like a better person. I mean, he's already a good person, but like, they always add characters to make him seem like a better person than everyone else, and everyone else doesn't get those characters, to them. An example would be when, Kota and Eri-chan, they had their moments with, I mean, Eri had her moment with Mirio, right? But it was like 3 seconds long. This dude legit got into a fight that didn't even last like 2 minutes, and that was so sad because I thought Mirio and Eri would develop such a strong relationship and such a strong bond because he lost his quirk for her, right? And then Deku steals all the glory, and I was like, why? Deku didn't do anything this arc. He was just a background character for the whole arc until that moment when he saved Eri-chan. Same thing with the whole muscular arc when Kota's parents were killed by muscular, and somehow the same dude who killed his parents just happened to be there. It was contrived to make Deku seem like a better person. I mean, it wouldn't have bothered me as much if Kota was saved by someone like Bakugo or Todoroki or anyone from class 1A, because Deku can't keep stealing the glory. Like, he's not the only hero, he's not the only person who wants to save others, right? But no, the show doesn't do that. And while we're still on characters, I think I'd like to point out the most annoying thing in this show about them is that most of them are told, not shown. For example, they say that Deku is a smart character, but from what I've seen, he's not exactly smart. In season 1 is when he stops using his knowledge on other heroes. I mean, he had a notebook that he wrote down about he wrote the other heroes' powers and how to analyze them and how to use them. But he's never doing that in actual fights. If you think about it, it's just him flicking his fingers and throwing a punch. And I think the show could have done better with that aspect of it. Another thing is when they say Uraraka is, valuable, she's responsible when she hasn't done anything in the show. And then we have Tsuyu, who's done only something in season 1, and then the rest of the show they're like, oh yeah, she's smart. They're falling back on that season, that first season, to prove that she's smart. Like, oh yeah, since you've already seen her in season 1 doing something smart and unique and cool, and they're just gonna pretend like that one season that she did something good counts for the rest of her in the show. Uraraka only had one moment in the show that she does shine, and I mean, she ends up losing, but that was fine. I liked her. And people are saying that My Hero Academia has good female characters. Look, to some extent, I appreciate that they do have some female characters. I mean, I did like the bunny girl. She was interesting. I like her character design, but that was it. Yoro, you know who I'm talking about. I like her. And I did like Jiro, the girl with the earphones, and I thought she could have had some sort of interesting character thing, but the only character moment that she has that stands out is when she's at the concert. She's not even fighting, she's not doing anything. I get it, no, women don't have to fight or do anything, but when all the women in the show don't do shit that contributes to the plot, it's not fun. Himeko Toga is like the only female character in the show who somehow contributes to the plot in some way, and she's a villain, but whatever. In season 1, I liked Uraraka. She was fun, she was bubbly. I thought her character was gonna get way more moments, and then after season 2, it was like, that was it? Where's Uraraka? Now she's just the girl who Deku apparently likes, and that's really sad. Another boring thing with this show would have to be All Might. Look, I loved All Might in season 1 and 2, but I thought by season 3 he would be dead by now. Why is he still alive? I just don't. Somebody kill off this man. Like, let me cry for him in peace. Like, come on guys, he's been alive for 3 seasons. He's just coughing up blood now. Like, I thought he'd be dead by now. How is he not dead? Didn't the future guy predict that he was gonna die or something? Like, whatever. Anyways, he should be dead by now. I think this show also suffers a lot from having very, 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 very boring settings. This show does not try to make the settings interesting whatsoever. I mean, I didn't mind it as much in season 1. And then, like, as the show continues to go on, it's like it doesn't improve on the settings. It's boring. I mean, I get it. They're heroes. They're trying to save people in the buildings, and I get the settings are supposed to be like, important. But they went to a forest. They went to a forest training arc, and what was special about the forest? It was a forest. They could have used like maybe like I don't know, some sci-fi looking place. Because it's a special training place. So it didn't have to be, boring. It could have been interesting. It could have a volcano next to it. There could have been some magma, they could have tried to spice it up and put some salt on there, but they didn't. I'm a big fan of lighting, so if your show changes lightings constantly, changes settings, making it look more exciting, I love that aspect of anime. I think if you're using an animated medium, you have so much potential to use color, but they don't use it. Whatever, it's not as big as a deal as like the other stuff, but it could have done better. It's not really a spoiler since I'm not gonna spoil who dies, but people die. I think everyone knows this. People die in the manga. It's getting dark. Whatever. I've read ahead. Okay, so I know I know who's gonna die, who's not gonna die. So that's perfectly fine, right? People die. I get it. The first death we experienced in this show was what's his name? Sir Night Eye. But I didn't care for him as a character to care for his death. And people were so hyped about this moment when I was in season 2. Like, they're like, oh my god, wait till you see Sir Night Eye and stuff. Oh my god, he's so freaking cool. And I'm like, alright, I'm excited. I want to see what happens. And then the thing is, Sir Night Eye is like, oh, Deku, he's not going to, like, break the future. He's gonna die there or some shit like that. And then the thing is, we already know that Deku's not gonna die. The story spoiled it for us in the beginning. They said that he was gonna be the greatest hero ever. So, I mean, I don't see what the whole appeal of that was. I mean, yeah, I get it. People like hype. Shonen people like hype. Okay, good for you. But for me, I just thought it was like, okay, and we obviously know that Deku's gonna break the future. He's a protagonist. If this was happening to someone else, let's say like, I don't know, Bakugo or Todoroki, it would have been more interesting because we don't know if these characters are gonna die or not. Because, Deku is gonna stay alive, obviously. And then this brings me to my last and final, the biggest problem why I'm dropping this show. Deku. Look, in season 1, he wasn't the perfect protagonist, but he was a fun protagonist. Because in season 1, he actually had consequences and like had to face repercussions for his actions. For example, he got the special power from All Might, and it's the strongest quirk in the world, blah blah blah. And when he punches stuff, he hurts his fingers and they turn purple. I thought that was a perfect way to make him have the strongest quirk. And by season 3, he stops having those fingers break, and he realizes he can kick. Whoa, great, whatever. So now he's basically powerful, right? He doesn't have any repercussions to his actions. His fingers don't break anymore. He doesn't go through some sort of pain anymore. But Deku, he has his perfect powers. He has his like Deku gets 8 quirks. Just let that sink in. 8 or 6, I don't know. He has a lot of quirks basically. Can I just ask, was one quirk not enough? Was that one quirk he got from All Might not enough? Like, how much more do you need, bro? I just don't get it. Like, no. Why does he need to be that one person who has the special power with a special quirk? It's in the beginning. He gets the most powerful quirk, gets taught by the most powerful, hero of all time, goes to the best school, learns in the best class. Can we just not keep giving Deku shit for not doing anything? He doesn't do anything to get All Might's power. He does train after he gets it, thank God. But this boy didn't do shit whilst he was just waiting for somebody to just give him powers, so that he can become a hero. He's like, I want to be a hero. Okay, good. I do like the first season, keep in mind that. But it still felt contrived. This boy just gets shit for not doing shit. How come he's in the best class in UA? He can't even use his quirk properly. Like, shouldn't he be in class 1F or something? Or maybe class 1C? I don't know, something more realistic with this whole idea, okay? Please don't just Deku has everything he ever wanted, like, without working hard. I was hoping he would get rejected from UA so that he could go to like some other school and then somehow have to face the students of UA. That would have been so much more fun. But no, he gets the best power, gets 8 quirks. He gets the powerful quirk, and I get it. His bones break. He has to train hard, but still, this you cannot ignore that this boy legit got everything. Scott, he got everything without working hard for it, and I think that's like the most annoying part. And now I have to see him for freaking learn 8 quirks. No thanks. I think I'm good. So, anyways, I'm dropping this show. I think I've had enough. I mean, one last thing. Bakugo fans, I do appreciate Bakugo's character growth. Can Deku stop trying to talk to this dude? Like, he's legit been bullying you. I get it. You have to forgive and forget, but he's never stopped bullying. He's never stopped harassing you and bullying you. And you want to be friends with this guy? Bro, I would have dropped him the moment that I got into UA. It somehow would be in the same class, but he doesn't talk to you. You don't have to talk to him. You always be like, yeah, we're rivals. Like, this whole rivalry thing is not even fun. It's just really annoying because it's someone who used to be a bully and you're somehow getting better than him. But so what? So what, bro? And people are gonna be like, oh, but they were friends when they were kids, so he still cares about him. Bitch, if somebody bullied me, I'm not friends with them. But anyways, I guess being selfless is supposed to be his character, and that's so boring because no one is freaking selfless. This man has no character flaw. Like, he has no flaws. It's so boring. Like, he's perfect. He knows what to do. He's just like the golden boy. He's like the good boy scout. He's always helping people. He has no flaws. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole show. Yeah.
I'm very sorry, and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving a fuck what you think. Look, get the fuck out of here.
Like we always do at this time, I go for mine.